All right, welcome back to Treerow. Today we are doing the fuel system. I purchased the master kit to go into this, what is it, 89 YJ, that has a Chevy 305 in it. And now we are doing the fuel system. Whenever you get the fuel system, it comes with everything that you need. You might need some added fuel line, don't know, but it's 3/8 line. Comes with a fuel pressure regulator, micron filters, inline filters, mounting bracket, hose clamps, all kinds of AN style fittings. And a drop tube for your return if you're doing it on an older vehicle that doesn't already have a return line. All kinds of fittings. Everything that you need and then some. You won't use half of this stuff, but they send it anyway, and we're going to get after it. Welcome to Treerow Rescue. Look, there's Peyton again. It's the joys of a lifted vehicle. Now, what we're getting ready to do is probably the most aggravating of the system, the EFI system, strictly because we need to drill into the tank so we can give us a fuel out, because these fuel pumps, any kind of aftermarket fuel pump you put on that's inline, are pushers, not pullers. Yes, they can pull fuel, but they don't like to. So even per the instructions, you want to go to the lowest point of the tank. That way it's gravity fed, and your fuel pump goes lower than your fuel tank. That way gravity feeds to the fuel pump pressurizes it like a rocket up there to the EFI system. It's going to preserve your fuel pump and everything like that. So the first step we got to do is empty the fuel tank, which we've already done with another fuel pump. Somewhat. We took 5 gallons out of it. He probably had 7 gallons in it. So 2 gallons, that's not bad. What we got here is we got a jack with a piece of plywood under it just for surface area. We're going to loosen the tank, lower this down, get it out from underneath the vehicle. We're going to undo the sending unit and all that good jazz. We're going to drop this sucker, and hopefully I don't eat a whole bunch of mud in the meantime, which I'm going to. It's an off-road vehicle. Anyway, carry on. Here we go. Let's roll over. Exhale. Axles. Okay. All right. Good night. Bring her in. Upsy daisies. Now, could I do this on my lift? Absolutely. Am I going to do it on the lift? Nah. Strictly because it's already lifted, and with it already being lifted, it's going to top out on my vehicle lift anyway, so I'm still going to be crouched down and be in a weird position, so bah. It already happened. Safety first. Safety squints. All right, center one. Here we go. Nope. Need a ratcheting wrench. I'll go grab one. I'm letting him be in charge of removing the tank because he has removed this several times, and that way I ain't got to try to figure it out. I'm back. Here. Oh, it still sucks. Ow. Come on. Stop it. Why is this bolt so much longer than the rest? Can we change that while we're here? What? What did we break? What?
No, we're good.
Something broke. It's fine. Alright, so I live my life 1/4 turn at a time. And for these 20 minutes or more, I'm freaking aggravated. Is that far enough down for a socket now? Here we go. She'll fit there. Oh no. Is this a carriage bolt? Tell me it's a carriage bolt. Okay. Because it's spinning on itself. Pull down. Activate intelligence. Okay. Yay. He still has Christmas lights on here. I thought that was a hide-a-key. That's not a hide-a-key. That is a power pack for Christmas lights. This was in the Christmas parade. It's kind of cool. Personal, like neighborhood Christmas parade. His neighborhood Christmas parade, you know. He doesn't like to be on camera, so I'm going to make certain he's on camera. Down we go. Going down, down. Yep. Your street in a rain.
He's got to go at a funky angle. All right, now.
Dude, we have feed and return lines right there.
Good. Go ahead and come on down.
Yep, going down.
Yep. We are. Oh, that didn't need to come out.
Huh?
That didn't need to come out.
Oh.
That was strap. No, it's fine.
Okay. Bouncies.
Yeah.
There we go. Ain't that such a big old fuel tank? Not at all. So, as luck would have it, I wasn't paying attention. The fuel tank has already been set up with feed and return lines, which is awesome. So we ain't got to worry about drilling a hole in the bottom of the tank and doing all that jazz. Yes. You know, old tanks. My luck, it'd leak. All right. I haven't showed you this yet. You see this contraption right here? That's a Hoyer lift. For those of you that's been around since the beginning of this channel, you know that I help handicapped folks and make the world a little bit more accessible for them. So that is an old Hoyer lift mounted to what's called a power pole. What that does is this goes from the floor to the ceiling, and it has a little add-on of a handle, so it helps them pull up if they're laying in the bed. And yeah, it's our work light.
Taking the pump out? No.
It was his idea.
Mm-hmm.
He's bored. It was slow one day at the shop, and he's like, "Hey, I got an idea." And so we made it happen. So right now, what Peyton is doing is he is removing fuel lines and spilling fuel everywhere, because we got to remove the mechanical fuel pump that we actually installed whenever we was getting the Jeep running, because they had all kinds of stuff done to this thing, and it ran terrible. He's laughing.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it wasn't done right. So me, being the old soul that I am, let's go back carbureted. Tune port injection, fuel it, forget it. Let's go back to carbureted, let's go back to mechanical pump. Boom, sucker runs. It ran a lot better, just fuel mileage was garbage. 8 miles to the gallon. Of course, I mean, it's lifted, it's got big old tires, and he's a kid, he probably can't stay out of the skinny pedal. But anyway, so we're getting ready to remove the mechanical fuel pump, put a block off plate on, and then route our fuel lines. I'll show you our routing. We are actually going to the top of a skid plate that's mounted to the frame for a couple of reasons. One, it's below the tank, which is preferred. It's really hard to go below any fuel tank, just because of how everything's designed, unless you're in like a or a B body car where the frame actually dips down pretty far. It does not do that in this case here, so we're able to go to a frame mount skid plate, which it's still going to be safe, it's still going to be secure, and it's going to make it a little bit quieter. So we'll show you that process. This, anytime you're doing the ACES system, it's very universal. Like I said before, this is going to be for your return, this is going to be for your fuel in, and if you wanted to route the fuel lines on the driver's side of the vehicle, you can do that. You just remove these, put these over here, boom, done. So it's very universal. And I'll show you where we put the fuel pressure gauge, because right here is the fuel pressure gauge that they send you. Like I said, it's all in one kit. It's amazing. And it's cheaper than all the other guys. I mean, right now, the last time I checked, don't hold me to it, I don't know how long ago this video was posted. But as it stands right now, for about 1,500 bucks, you can get everything. That's the Killshot 4-barrel, the ignition system, the fuel system, all the fittings, all the hose that you need, the cable to hook to the computer for tuning, the little USB unit that you can download if you ain't got a laptop to hook to it, plugs right into the handheld. You get everything, the accessory harness, everything, for right around 1,500 bucks. It's not bad, and you'll receive it depending on where you're at. I'm in Florida and they're in Tennessee, so I receive it in 3 days. Now mind you, you have to sign for it, so make sure it's getting delivered somewhere that you're going to be all day, okay? Or take the day off of work, which might be a really good excuse. All right, let's get this here, and then I will bring you back. And all right, so what he's got there is the pre-fuel pump filter. And what we're going to do, what he's doing down under here, is mounting the fuel pump and the wiring and everything like that. So our pre-fuel pump filter is going to go along this frame rail here somewhere just before the fuel pump. And then after the fuel pump, we're going to come out and we're going to come up here, and our Micron fuel filter is going to go in this vicinity somewhere just before it goes into the EFI system. So we're probably going to have it back around here somewhere, and then we'll go fuel in right there, and then that'll be the fuel system. Now, as far as your fuel pressure regulator goes, it goes on the return side of the system, okay? This is what it looks like, and this is how I have it orientated. So I have a plug over here, and mind you, everything comes in the kit, and I have the out to the tank on the bottom, and I have in from the Killshot on the side. Now remember, you got to have a vacuum on here. It's vacuum trigger. So once I don't know, I can't explain how all that works because I haven't dug that deep into it, but you can adjust your pressure by this Allen key up here. And a Killshot's happy place is anywhere between 42 and 48 psi, from what I have come to find, or at least for my engine. Might be different for yours, but you could always call tech support, tell them what you're running, and they can kind of, I think they'll tell you roughly about the same numbers. But I'm going to set this one, as soon as we get it fired up and running, I'm going to set this one at 42 and see how it does. But that's kind of how the orientation is. This goes out to the tank, this comes in from the Killshot. If you're over here, this comes in from the Killshot, this goes out to the tank, okay? All right, so here's the tour of the fuel system as it is routed. I want to try to do this like this. Let's see if this works out. So I have my fuel line. You see my fuel line and how it's routed. It's coming down, and right there is the excuse me, the pre-pump filter. The fuel pump is actually mounted inside of here, which is right there. And we carry on, coming up and over the transmission, up through here, coming up, and there is our Micron filter going in to our Killshot. As far as our return goes, return up to the pressure sensor and down back to the tank. Now, like I stated before, lucky for us, it's already done for the most part. We just put all new lines in and routed them the way that we wanted to route them. And we are almost ready to fire this sucker up. But there is the fuel system installation. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, treerowrescue@gmail.com, or comment below. I'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions to the best of my ability. This isn't my first rodeo with Aces. It's a fantastic system. I absolutely love it. And I will be running it on other things, like my Impala. If you haven't seen that video, it's not an Aces video, it's an engine swap. Go check it out. It's a little mini series that I'm doing on that car. But as far as this mini series, Aces goes off-road, from us here at Treerow, Todd, Peyton's still under the vehicle.
Yup.
We'll see you next time right here on Treerow Rescue. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Helps me, helps you. Well, don't really help you, but it helps me bring you somewhat entertaining content and doesn't cost you anything, and I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful day. We'll see.